Not before now.
Okay, how about Bob Zachary? Did he ask you any questions before he moved into Weatherburn Heights in August 2011? Any questions about oil and gas drilling?
Prior to moving, no.
And in terms of the general process, without getting into specific discussions that you and I had, just describe for the board, the process that took place in terms of recommending a draft and providing that to the supervisors in June of 2014.
It was relatively easy. Using the internet, I was tapping the websites of colleagues in other parts of southwestern Pennsylvania that already had ordinances in place or were drafting ordinances. Also utilized information from the Penn State University Agricultural Extension, their website and webinars, and downloaded some other templated language from some of the other communities in the region. Essentially identified definitions of the items that I was concerned mostly about, which would be the oil and gas well pads, compressor stations, and processing plants. Identified merged definitions of other existing language out there that seemed to be already vetted by other solicitors and other communities and incorporated them appropriately. Made sure obviously that the township solicitor didn't think I was overstepping. And then incorporated those three specific uses: oil and gas well pads, compressor stations, and processing plants. Then looked at the township zoning map and saw the application of those uses and where and the type of approvals that would be required by the township ordinance.
Okay, was a draft submitted to the Planning Commission in June 2014?
It was, and if I can go further, the three uses were then broken out even further to specific site requirements. We can go over them later if we need be, but essentially site location, proximity to property lines, minimum size of parcels, lighting, access, emergency responding requirements, noise limitations, noise abatement provisions. And then when I couldn't think of anything else, we created a catch-all paragraph that if anything was unique to a specific parcel was at the discretion of the Board of Supervisors or the zoning officer to place an additional condition where necessary. That was presented as a draft in, I believe, the June meeting of 2014 to the Planning Commission.
Okay, and did you look at land development and experience with those existing wells that you've identified in the township when you were making your recommendations for ordinance number 127?
Yes.
And based on your review and the process you went through, did you make a determination as a zoning officer as to what compatible uses were based on local concerns, development patterns, history of gas and oil on farms?
Yes, I did.
Okay, let's take a look at ordinance 127, which is applicant 3. And I'd kind of like to start at the back. There's a chart that was attached, and I believe that was utilized by you at the public meeting.